Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the sound system demo of the 2022 Toyota Camry and its 9-speaker JBL audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at the infotainment system, take a look at audio controls, adjustments, speaker locations, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay, then get out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. If you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning, you just want to get to the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And if you're sick and tired of hearing the same songs week in and week out, sign up to become a Daily Motor member. There you can hear customized tracks that you get to request, and we play their copyrighted music, real stuff that you'd want to hear, and we do that just for our members. So help support the channel and sign up to become a Daily Motor member. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at this. Remarkably, for being such a popular car, we have not tested a normal Camry. We did have a Camry TRD way early on in Daily Motor days, about a year and a half ago, but this is the first mainstream Camry we've gotten. So we're going to get heading out here soon on a highway fuel economy test, since it is the hybrid. We're a little tucked in here at Daily Motor HQ. We're trying to stay in the shade so that we can see the inside best. But if you do want to see more on the Camry, check the links in the description. We've got that highway fuel economy test as well as a DM test drive. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV audio files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality binaural Roland microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. A little bit dated infotainment system. I mean, it still works fine. I've just never been a big fan of how it looks, but I mean, it works. We're here in the media screen. Let's go down to sound. So you've got treble, mid-range, and bass, fader and balance, and an automatic sound levelizer. Let's go through treble, mid-range, and bass. Not a huge range of adjustment there. You can hear it's not super dramatic, but you can fine-tune the audio to how you like it to sound. For audio controls in the Camry, you've got a volume knob right here on the left side of the wheel. No clicks. For some reason, Toyota never has clicks on their volume knobs. It's just smooth. You also have volume on the left side of the wheel. Track selection, you've got a tuner knob here. You've got track buttons there. If you're on the now playing screen, you can use the touch screen, and you've got track on the right side of the steering wheel. For audio inputs, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, Bluetooth, USB-A data input, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay connectivity, and that is all. What does that mean you're missing? No 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, no USB Type-C data input. You do have a Type-C charger port in there. No wireless CarPlay or Android Auto. Would be nice to see that wireless CarPlay and Auto here for 2022, but maybe that's something they'll add in the future. Speaker locations. Like I said, this is a 9-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the back, the doors, you've got 7 and 8, and then a rear deck lid subwoofer back there. It says JBL, that's 9. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay demonstrations. Let's start out with Android Auto. Now, because there is only one data port for USB, I am going to have to unplug the music to plug in our Android Auto. There we are. Waze coming up there. You've got your YouTube music. Works just fine. Let's go home. Down to Google Maps. See it coming up there. Decently responsive. Not the highest resolution, but it works fine. And actually decently responsive. There's your settings screen. All right, Apple CarPlay. Coming up very easy. I didn't have to do anything other than just plug it in. It's the first time I plugged into the device and loads right up. You got CarPlay taking up the screen. There's your home screen, Google Maps, good and responsive. YouTube Music, Apple Music, and then your settings screen. All right, let's get the music going again and get out on the road. love talking about the systems right after this track because it does such a good job at showing many different aspects of a sound system. And in this one, I like how the sound is very tight. And what I mean by that is it makes a noise and then gets out of the way. All the notes kind of have their own proper places. That being said, I would like some more low-end power. I'd like the door woofers and the subwoofer to kind of carry the song more. Instead, it's being a lot of work's being done by those mid-range and high speakers right up in front, and it makes for a less than satisfying experience for a song like this. It's very like, okay, messy up in the high ranges, but not powerful and satisfying in the lower end. So this next song, we'll turn the bass all the way up, see how the Camry does. So they did a good job at not letting the system get distorted. Everything's still pretty tight, and it's actually a pretty decent amount of bass. I'm surprised that it doesn't really thump. I mean, let's turn it up a lot here. Yeah. I'm actually pretty impressed by the composure of the system there. Up my thoughts on the JBL sound system here in the Toyota Camry. It's good. It's a solid system for this price point. This car is coming in, it's the hybrid and everything's coming in about 38 grand. For this price point, I think it's what you would expect from an upper tier upgraded sound system. That being said, objectively speaking, for sound quality, it's getting a B, just barely a B. I would be edging toward the side of B minus. It's not the most satisfying sound. There's, like I said earlier, it would benefit from having more sound from the door woofers, and in general, deck-lid subwoofers just don't sound as good as trunk-mounted subwoofers. But it's going to sound really good. It sounds really good for talk radio, and it would sound good for most uncompressed audio sources. But when you really get the complex music going, it just doesn't sound super crisp. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Camry Hybrid, we're doing the fuel economy test right now. We've also got a DM test drive. We'll throw the links to those in the description. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.